Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Gungans and droids, and all of you long lost Imperial remnants out there. I'm gonna tell you this right here, right now. If you're not ready to accept the truth, if you're not ready to open up your mind, if you're not ready to put the tinfoil hat on, you're in the wrong place, my friends. People, I need you to come on in. Because you know what's right behind me, my friends? It seems as if a little oopsie has just happened, and we may have just gotten a little bit of a leak, a Freudian slip, for a new Galactic Legend Thrawn. Now, people, you know me, you know you. We've been speculating about this for a hot minute, but now's the time where it seems like the hand was tipped a little bit. It seems like the cat jumped out of the bag. And let me show you what we got in the conversation wheel today. Everyone, let me just bring you on over right here, right now, to the thing that's getting people a little bit, that's kind of funny. Come on over. Let me show you. Gary, can you bring him on over? Yeah. You know what I want to show them. This right here. Now, you might be looking at this, and you're like, oh, Arnold, it's just a QA. And you know what? I would give you a little bit of a pass, because you know what? You're not entirely wrong. You're just not. Let me explain a few things, people. When you're inside my video game division, when you're a part of the Kyber Emperor, when you get to my levels, the King of Trippy, the supreme ruler of the multiversal video gaming realm, you gotta think a couple IQ points above. You gotta go ahead and read between the lines. Or more specifically, you gotta keep your eyes out for a couple of oopsies. Let me show you what's going on here. So here's the QA that was posted yesterday about Marok. By the way, you know, we'll be doing some gameplay discussion on Marok, but unfortunately, as I was editing this video, I got hit with a lot of, oh, did you see this? And I have seen it, and I feel like you guys probably be more interested in what we're going to talk about today than Marok. We'll talk more about him later on this week. However, let me just read this to you real quick, and let me show you a little bit before and after. So this is going to look innocent at first. Why didn't you give Marok the Night Sister Empire or Imperial Remnant tags? Marok is a mercenary with the only on-screen link to Night Sister being via Morgan Elsbeth hiring him, and a big Night Sister fart. By the way, missed opportunity. He doesn't fart when he dies! I'm kind of mad about that. Additionally, being a mercenary means that he isn't part of Moff Gideon's faction as well. Okay. The Empire tag is one where an argument can be made, as he had a very brief appearance in Tales of the Empire. However, we left this tag off for various gameplay reasons. He already has two fitting homes in the Mercenaries and Inquisitors. I'd say that's pretty much true. No need to complicate where to put him with a broad tag like Empire. No need to complicate it. First off, before we show this, first off, it should be our decision where I want to use the character. It shouldn't be always predetermined cookie cutter. Takes away some of the fun. Point aside, and you're like, Arnold, I'm not seeing it. Let's go ahead, put the Imperial tactile scanners on, and let me show you this. So there's a bot in the SWH events, as you can see right here if you're looking at that camera angle, or right here if you're looking at that camera angle. And let's just say it doesn't let mistakes slide under the radar. You make a mistake, it's gonna catch it. So as you can see right here, folks, this reads a little bit differently, and I feel like they could have masked this a little bit better to really pass it off as a mistake. But is it really a mistake? Well, that's what we're going to discuss here. So let's reread this again. Marok is a mercenary with only on-screen at link appearance, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm trying to say, being Morgan Elsbeth hiring him. Additionally, being a mercenary means that he isn't part of either Moff Gideon or Thrawn's Imperial Remnant factions, huh? I feel like there's something new that was in that new thing that we read there. Oh yeah, Thrawn's Imperial Remnant! So here's the thing, folks. Here's the thing. I know we're not all perfect. I am, of course, but I know we're not all perfect. There's a few ways to interpret this. Number one, Meathead, our community manager for Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, made a simple mistake. Maybe he just meant Enoch's Imperial Remnant faction, right? I mean, okay. And this is what I would have done. If I was in his position, I would have said, oh, I meant Enoch's Imperial faction. Obviously, right? Okay. And then we would have been like, okay, innocent mistake. But the fact that this got completely omitted, where it wasn't even, there's no or. It's just Moff Gideon's faction. So they didn't even correct it to be Enoch's Imperial Remnant faction. That's where things get a little, it gets a little hot in terms of that speculation there, because that's what I would have done. So the best thing that I can think of right now, I mean, because here's the thing, let's be real for a second, people. Let's get real here. We know the general, the patterns for Galactic Legend for the most part. Things kind of get a little, changed up, mixed up. For example, people are going out of their minds right now because we're still waiting on like the next batch of Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano requirements. They're really dragging it out, which I suspect will probably get round 3 this month and then round 4 in November. They're dragging it out. So things changed. Last year, Leia got everything dropped pretty much at once. This time they're taking their sweet time. So, sometimes the pattern changes. We didn't get a new capital ship this year. Pattern broken. But if we had to put money down, if you were someone that was said, hey, if you want to make $1 million, make a bet right now. What's the next Galactic Legend? I promise you, people are betting off of like instinct rather than what they personally want. I would say probably most people would say, yeah, Galactic Legend Thrawn right around the corner. So we already kind of had hypotheticals and speculation. But now with this little slip up here, this all of a sudden kind of makes things a bit more interesting. I think I'm no, I know my wife says I'm psychotic, but I'm no psychiatrist. We have a possible situation where we have a Freudian slip. Now, when I list my various roles, King Triple, Gods Mobile Game to 8th Day Creation, Supreme Rule, the multiverse of video game around, it gets a little extensive. I'm by no means a psychiatrist, although I am a bit of a psycho. That's a different story here. Freudian slip. This could have been, again, a situation like that where you could say, all right, it was a simple mistake, but why didn't you just change it to Enoch's Imperial Remnant? It was pretty simple. Why wasn't it done? Number 2, maybe Meathead was writing what was inside the heart. Subconsciously, it wasn't meant to be divulged to you and me this early. And that's my speculation. They already have likely to Thrawn stuff in the works. There's no way they're only working a couple months in advance. They're working like a year in advance minimum, 18 months, if I had to guess, from the time of ideation to the time it gets released. So I'm going to say this is maybe somewhere in the realm of Freudian slip. And, this is kind of like, now I'm really grasping for straws at this point. But I don't mean to scare you right now. But if we bring up the game and there we go. Here comes a little Halloween jump scare here. Here we go. Oh, Naboo ride! Oh, it's okay. We're all right. I'm here with you. I'll guide you through this. Battle for Naboo. Battle for Naboo came out a couple months ago, and there's going to be a new raid sometime around the corner. Whether 3-4 months from now. My guesstimation is maybe February is when a new raid's going to get launched. We're looking at somewhere like, 6-8 months, whatever that rotation is. That's still not really solidified at this point until a new raid comes out. We very well could be seeing, again, we're going to have to reach a little bit, but just like how we built into Endor, even Naboo, as the months progress, we start getting new units for a particular raid. Then all of a sudden the raid shows up. So right now our theming has been Ahsoka Tano stuff. Who knows? There could be a chance that Galactic Legend Ahsoka will be needed for an upcoming, raid for the Ahsoka. I mean, you could already envision possibilities. So now that we have waves of enemies inside of the Battle for Naboo, they could easily add a new raid where it's like going through waves of Night Trooper zombies. You kill them, they come back up. You kill them, you come back up. And then you can integrate different units that show up, Death Trooper Peridias, then the Night Troopers, and who knows, maybe a Morgan Elsbeth wave. There's ways that they can go about that. That's completely out there, not really able to kind of grasp at anything too solidified in that, but just speculation. It just kind of makes sense that whatever we're building up to right now, it's probably going to be needed for some sort of raid down the road. And Ahsoka's looking like she's probably going to roll around the corner, probably sometime November, December, by the end of the year. And then, a new raid could be coming around the corner. We'll have to wait and see, folks. But all I know for right now, this was kind of a funny slip up. You guys let me know. Was this just a simple accident? They meant to write Enoch. But then again, why didn't they just write Enoch's Imperial Remnant faction? Why did they completely delete the entire line, hoping no one's going to see it? Well, luckily we have bots that kind of pick up those little things. At the end of the day, whether you believe this or not, I still feel very confident that Thrawn's going to be the next Galactic Legend. But it would be a little bit funny if they're like, you know what? No, we're not going to do Thrawn Galactic Legend. Now we're going to do something completely different. I don't know, folks. Speaking of different, Don't be different with me, because you guys are absolutely amazing. Leave that like, comment down below, subscribe, so you're not missing a thing. And I'll catch you in the next video. Hey, Gary, can we go ahead and play, go play that new Halloween song we posted on the music channel. Go subscribe to the music channel for fun bangers like this. And always remember, it's great to be in the Empire today.